Yo, guys, I've had this YouTube channel for 10 years now. 10 years of being in this, 14 years of being in this industry, 10 years of being on YouTube and just being part of the community outside of my business, outside of Tampa. Man, how much has changed, how much has evolved, how much you think you know about where the industry is going, and then it's evolved into something so different than what I've envisioned. You know, things that used to be fun ain't so fun no more. Things I took for granted, I don't take for granted no more. So much in this industry has changed. So much in the world, I feel like has. Oh my God, the world has. The same way I feel about the industry, I feel about the world. A lot of shit I thought I could see, I could see 10 years ago. I can see what the world looked like 10 years from now. Boy, it looked way different than what I had ever imagined. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I was just thinking about the next 5 years. My son will be going to college. He'll be graduating high school. Daughter will be, driving. They're gonna pinch me, and 5 years goes by so quick. I just thought about I get it. I don't know about you guys, but I get anxiety over that type of stuff. And it's been in my head for like the past week since I've had some time to even think, because I've been focused on the six-figure bar mentorship, just trying to build that and grow it. That I haven't had no damn free time to think for selfish thinking, right? For my own reasons, for personal stuff. And man, these are the thoughts that are going through my head. And ultimately I look back, man, and I've had these thoughts in different seasons of my life. And I realize the same thing stays true, and I always lean back to it. And man, when I look at the last 10 years in this industry, the people who have come and gone, the brands who have come and gone, the brands that I thought were shaking it up, or the influencers that I thought they stopped uploading, or the Clipper brands, they come and go, and still arguing about commission booth rent, still arguing about schools and apprenticeship. But there's things that come and go. The barber expos and barber shows, the educators, the fundamentals still stay true. And that's one thing I realized, man, like I never lost sight of the main thing. Like, it's easy to get distracted and you don't necessarily pay attention to it as hard as seasons where you don't. But like, the barbershop ain't going nowhere. The barber ain't going nowhere. Education, real growth, not social media followers. I'm talking about financials, things that really you can control and really really impact your life and the people you love. And thinking about that, I just want to make sure, I don't know, if I was a younger me, I wish I had access to wisdom that would tell me, bro, focus on the main thing. Like, it's a beautiful thing to have a long-term plan and to know that everything else is kind of a bonus. If it works out, it works out. But the main thing is my foundation, and I will be disciplined and I will be consistent. And I ain't going nowhere with the main thing. I don't need the fast lane. I don't need shortcuts. I'm okay with making it out the mud. I'm okay with swimming upstream for a little bit, putting my last name on my back. Like, I'm okay with that. And I'm gonna sign up for it, and I'm gonna set real expectations, but I'm gonna swing for the moon. You know what I mean? And so what I mean by that is, I always wanted to have 100 barbershops. I don't know why it was stupid. Like, it means nothing. Why do you want 100 shops? Why, right? And for me, it was just to do something insane, something that's beyond what people believed I could accomplish. That's all it was. And that even though I didn't identify or specify my why, there was why behind that. You know what I mean? There was. I couldn't explain it, but there was definitely passion and emotion behind those 100 shops, locations I wanted. And I just stayed true to the main thing, man. Got smarter, got better at business, got better at communicating, at leadership, at building systems, at understanding the shit that nobody wants to learn, the accounting, the necessary stuff to accomplish the amazing stuff, the stuff that's unimaginable. You gotta learn things you never thought you could learn to accomplish things nobody believes you can accomplish. But the thing is that learning is doable by anyone. Anyone can learn if you care enough about it. And so I know I'm going all over the place. I always do that. But essentially, I think my thoughts are it's okay to focus on the important things and figure out a way to make it fun, make it sexy, gamify it. But like for social media, a lot of times, and not just social media, but just outside influences, however you're getting those things, right? They'll easily distract you from focusing on the things that you know to be true. Like I know, let's do it this way. I wanted to be able to buy my mom a house with farmland, with horses, because she grew up in Puerto Rico and Guayana, and a lot of stray horses that the community takes care of. And she's always been, that's been her life. And my mom, she didn't make a lot of money. She worked a minimum wage job my whole upbringing, pretty much. I dreamed of being able to buy her that property. When I looked at them numbers were real. And I know the way I was dreaming at that point in time, I needed to grow that. But then I thought about the life that I wanted to be able to bring to my children, my wife, for my sister, things I wanted to do, like just the memories I wanted to be able to create, the experiences I wanted to have, the things I want to be able to do for my community and for my friends and that takes real money and real resources and real information that either you got to go pay for and leverage, or you got to go learn it so that you can utilize it and so that the people you love can benefit from it. Because that information don't just come. It don't just show up on your lap. You got to go after it and find it. And then you can pour into the people that you love and give them even more, bigger things than a car, bigger things than a house, the game, the keys, the fishing pole. And so, I say that to tell you guys, bro, like, success excludes long term. You've seen fly-by-night success. You've seen rocket ships skyrocket off of very small platforms, right? Like, you've seen skyscrapers built on weak foundation. And we see these skyscrapers, are like, yo, they're killing it. But any little challenge on a weak foundation, that skyscraper comes falling down, right? I want you guys to build that foundation. This is it. This is the foundation right here. Be dangerous enough. And that's what I tell a lot of my students is, be dangerous enough. Trust but verify. Like I know marketing and advertising, but I know at some point I'm going to have to be dangerous enough to hire the best possible people to do our marketing and advertising. I'm gonna have to take a risk financially if I want to grow. But it's gonna take both the resources, the finances, and being able to be dangerous enough to identify who the best person is, and then also have the resources to be able to pay the best person to take our advertising and our marketing and our branding to the next level, because I can't do everything. If I'm the best in my company at branding and marketing, if I'm the best in my company at education, at product development, at finance, like that's a problem. And so if you're watching this and you're younger and you're just seeking wisdom, there's a few things I think you can kind of take from that is, wisdom is not self-made. Wisdom is not, I'm the best person for the job. Is if I don't have control, it's not gonna be done right. That's not wisdom. And you can do amazing things, don't get me wrong, but big things like, I'm in a really nice hotel here. That's Nordstrom's. One person started that, but one person didn't build that. This hotel is a gorgeous hotel. Like, I think about, these hotels don't get created by one person just, you gotta know how to find the best contractors, the best architects, the best interior designers, the best hotel managers, the best teams. That's the skill set to accomplish things like this. And it's hard for a lot of people that I run into, and even in my mentorship program, for people to see the value in things like an accounting team, your accounting firm, your peers, your coaches, systems, the tools that we teach, spending some of your capital, reinvesting it in your business so that your business can grow. Understanding it's going to be a little painful in the beginning, but this, right? It ain't for everybody. And I guess I'm not talking to that person, but maybe you're interested in this. Maybe this is thought provoking, and what you get out of this video is that this shit ain't for you, which is fine. Or damn, that's tough. I'm up for it, right? And I'd love to hear in the comments what you're thinking from this video, from what I'm saying, right? I'd love to hear y'all what you have to say. You know, what does this make you feel like? Does it make you feel like this is something you're up for and you want to do? Build something crazy like Nordstrom's, right? Just that entrepreneurial journey that I'm talking about. And maybe you're not thinking that big, but you want to have 10 barbershops, 50 barbershops. You want to have 100 salons. You want to have a barber school, barbershop, real estate, because that's a lot too. You want to have a barber school, barbershop, barber supply, like a little enterprise, right? Whether it's big or it's small, it's going to take that, right? And then after that, it's up to how much more resources, how long. It's really time, right? How much time are you willing to sacrifice? That cycle of more resources, getting better here yourself so that you can identify the right person for the job to grow and continue to scale. That is that's a lifestyle to be able to get that. That's a lifelong, if not multi-generational battle. And if you get lucky, you could blow the hell up and do like Mark Zuckerberg, right? You know, that's like getting struck by lightning 5 times and winning the lotto. You know. But anyways, is this for you? Are you realizing, man, I don't value those things like that, man, and my family's good, and you know, I just want more time, more experience, more just life doing the shit that I like doing. And just the thought of building some shit like this makes me cringe. And not cringe, but just stresses me out, right? It ain't for everybody. But I can tell you that if you're that individual, I respect the hell out of that, and you could have an amazing life and still impact the hell out of the world, right? And thing that gave me that perspective was I recently coached my son's basketball team. We won the championship, by the way, first year coaching. But just seeing, there were dads there that were coaching 3 teams. I was coaching 1, and that shit felt like it took up a lot of my time. It felt like a part-time job. Some of these coaches are coaching 3 teams. They're dads, you know, they're firefighters, policemen, they're coaches. That's amazing. The impact. Thank God for people like that. But those people can also be very, very wealthy. They just do it in a different way, right? And that could be, you know, I love stocks. I love real estate. I love small businesses. And, you know, you can do really, really well. Be a firefighter, being a barber, and just focusing on barbering, having some side money, you know, owning one shop, for example, just open one shop. That's all you ever want to do. House hack. So you own like 4 pieces of property, invest in the stock market, in your Roth IRAs, and your 401ks, in the stock market. And in 20 years plus time, you'll be a millionaire. But the impact you would have done in those 20 years, being a coach, being somebody that's important to our community, that sacrifice too is amazing. There's pros and cons to both routes that you decide to go, and both should be respected. Because the guy who's building Nordstrom's or Amazon, that's going to give us overnight and the same day shipping. The guy who's creating Starlink, the guy who's created AI, ChatGPT is, oh my God, it's changed my life. You know, people a lot of times only think about money, and so they demonize entrepreneurs who have created that. They don't think about quality of life and how poor people 30 years ago, when I was a kid, they didn't have PlayStations. They have Atari. You couldn't afford Atari. There was no beeper. You had no beeper if you were poor. You know, like, you didn't have no damn VCR. Like, did you have a VCR, man? A big screen TV? A big screen TV? Hell no. That he was poor? Hell no. At least we didn't. We didn't. Shit. If tax season came up, I remember one time my mom bought a big TV. Took all her taxes to do the worst decision ever. But she did it. And then, I mean, obviously it kept her poor even longer, but that's what poor people had to do. Now, flat screen, $300. Man, what? Quality of life changes when, you know, and so I think people overlook that. Like, now, poor people, cell phones, not just a regular cell phone, smartphone, touchscreen, PlayStation, they be having. TV, flat screen TVs, Walmart be having 42-inch, 50-inch, 55-inch TVs for $250. So hopefully you guys are catching my drift. Both very impactful, both routes you're going to sacrifice. And both routes you can live an amazing life, a respectable one, and a wealthy one. Wealthy in all avenues, wealthy in love, in time, in finances, and all of that. But I guess the cherry on the top with this video is essentially just stay the course. Don't be the guy that comes and goes because you're desperate. You're desperate for growth. You're missing out on the 1% you're growing every day that compounds. Guys, I started as a barber 14 years ago. Never in my life would I imagine I'd build an enterprise that makes 8 figures a year. Never in my life. And here we are. And it wasn't because I was chasing money. I wasn't chasing that stuff. I had a mission. I had a why. But I was so in tune with that 1% every day. So much so the first year I made $1 million, I was still driving a $3,000 Toyota Corolla, 20 years old. We went on vacations. We had an amazing life, but I just needed a car from point A to B. I wasn't looking for nothing. I wasn't trying to impress nothing. Me and my family traveled all the time. We had an amazing life. Kids go to grade school. Wife drives a nice car. It's comfortable, safe. And the kids, she doesn't have to work. An amazing life. But I also understood the shit that I should have, the shit that I needed, the shit that really mattered, and everything else that was just a distraction. A new sports car, something like that, was just a distraction at that point in time in my life. And so I was so in tune with the why, with the mission. Thank God that I was, because it's real, man. The tortoise wins the race, and that shit needs to be cooler these days, because a lot of people, they trying to be the hare so much. They win for a season, they lose everything. I know you've felt it. Damn, I came up. Damn, I'm back to. Damn, I came up. Damn, I'm back to. Damn, I came up. Bro, just do the stuff you know you're supposed to be doing for a long enough time period, and you might see the fruits of your labor. All right, so this video was not scripted, nothing like that. Just kind of pouring my thoughts into this video. I don't know if you guys like this type of content, but let me know in the comments if you do. And yeah, man, if you're not in the mentorship, go check that out. Go check out the mentorship, man.